The ones.
Swallows.
I heard you guys live on a pole, on a commune out in the middle of the desert. Is that true?
Yeah. It's a commune. No,
I have a different dwelling.
it is a cult. Also.
World does show you your reflection in a mirror that was made in that factory for children on less than livable wage. And now you see yourself in the reflection of a pond full of fish. The sight's a lot clearer to say you that for this. Go outside, go outside, go outside, go outside. Look in the reflection that you provide. We are the ocean, go outside. We are the tree, go outside. We are the world made up of these.
Why did you start the Barn Swallows band?
So you could have a big social media following.
Is this a gong show? Can we gong thing?
So you guys had some original songs you wanted to showcase.
Aurelia and I started playing those songs together, and then shortly, within like a couple weeks of just working on those songs together, we met May and we said, "Hey May, you want to play mandolin with us and sing your original songs and join this project?" And so that's how it all started.
So now you're swimming your way upstream. This sight's a lot clearer. The air is clean. Here you find love, and love is called from the roots of your soul that connect us.
I think we played like one show as the two of us.
Yeah.
Without a name.
Go outside, go outside.
I think our second show, May was there, and it was her first time singing into a microphone in that show. It was a really awful stage. It was like bouncy and loud and perfect for a first mic experience.
How has it been since then, since your first time singing on stage? What do you think now when you get on stage? How does it feel?
Sometimes I don't think about it. Sometimes it's still exciting.
Your guys' harmonies are really the backbone of the band.
I like playing original material with people and singing harmonies with these people. I really enjoy, dealing with the ins and outs. Some of them not always the most exciting, and some of them really, really sweet and exciting. When I approached Jessica wanting to play original music and original songs with her, having heard a couple of her songs, just jamming and like playing with each other, like allowing each other to sing on top of, because you have to figure things out with vocal harmonies, and it's not always comfortable at first. You're like, cool, I'm gonna make awful noises in front of this person that I'm getting to know. And the chemistry was really good, and I really wanted to harmonize with other females specifically.
We are the ocean, go outside. We are the tree, go outside. We are the world made up of these. We are the world made up of.
dabbled in all the horns, but the clarinet has this watery, deep tone to it that I really love.
Look at me and see what
And I also like incorporating it into music that you would normally not hear it in.
in this world it takes all kinds. Oh, you've got yours, darling, I've got mine.
How does that feel when you guys are all just in that perfect harmony thing going on?
It's not a waste of time. It's wonderful. That's how it feels.
As the horizon, I'll be on my way. Like a tumbleweed, I'm just rolling all around. Spread those seeds from
I started playing piano when I was about 3, and I put stickers on all the different keys, but in color codes, so I knew like the pink star was the C, and and so on. And I played piano, and then my mom, because I was so into it, my mom got me lessons. But I lived in like rural Amish country, just kind of way out on the border of West Virginia, and I got lessons from the church lady, actually the lady that played at the funeral home. She taught me how to play, and then I played until I was about 13, and then I had some tragic stuff happen. I stopped playing piano entirely because I didn't want to go to my mom's house anymore. I lost my brother. So I kind of gave up that dream and just the thing that I was doing since I was a kid. And then when I was 22, I moved to Bisbee and met Bill, and he said, you should sing some of these old songs. And I was like, no, I don't want to sing. And then years later, I just progressed with singing and playing clarinet and playing guitar, and all those things like opened my heart back up and to what I always like wanted to do as a kid and felt like was a really unrealistic dream.
My mother's a French horn player, and I, as a very young child, had access to an out-of-tune piano and her French horn. And I remember she was going through college and brought home a different instrument every week. I got really into dance. I danced a bunch. I was very much not embracing what I could have had available to me. So then eventually dropped out and joined the circus, and I ran across a busking band, and they were playing really compelling music. It was way more interesting than what I was doing. So much so that I stopped what I was doing and like went and hitchhiked across the country and started playing washtub, and then picked up a cornet again, which cornet and French horn are similar. And then eventually picked up accordion when I was pregnant. So toured and played for a long time.
get in the way.
I had dabbled before in playing the saxophone in grade school, and I played guitar a tiny bit here and there. And then I started traveling when I was a late teenager, and I ended up stumbling upon a mandolin, which I didn't know what it was at the time.
Something new.
I just connected with it really well, and I started playing it, and playing in a band, a rowdy street traveling band for a couple years, which kind of developed me into really caring about it and taking it more seriously. And then I went to Bisbee and I met these guys, and this is my first band that was like a touring, gigging, established band that I've been in, which is really cool.
Singing with us,
Was always around music. My family kind of has a musical history. Started playing clarinet in band and it didn't really take, and then I started playing guitar to be cool in high school, and it didn't work and it didn't quite take. Yeah, later on in life, when I had given up being a musician in my early 20s, I started playing guitar. I started playing bass guitar with this old jazz guitar player who taught me all this stuff, you know, transferred it over to strings and connected it to what I already knew, and kind of paid me to be his student bass player for a few years, and learned to play a bunch of jazz standards, and then it just kind of took me over.
Everybody loves a bass player. Gotta have that bass.
I like to play the guitar as well. I just like strings. Chords and strings and notes.
When you're sharing intimate feelings, when you're sharing original music, or if you're just going somewhere for a weekend, it's really ideal.
That's a little Oasis. Desert Oasis.
When I think about the answer, what do I want to be doing in the next year, I tend to think all the time about what I want the most out of life. And I want the most real, authentic experiences that are the most honest and rounded and wholesome that we can attain, and I want those experiences with my friends.
So we're in downtown Nashville. We're like walking around after dinner at this place, and I thought we looked cool, but we definitely didn't look Nashville, especially down like by Kid Rock Bar.
We looked like old school original Nashville.
We looked like old school Nashville. And this guy came up and he said, "Happy Broomspringer!" And I was like, "We made these!"
Which really helped his
Which really
point.
helped. And then he said, "Oh, do you guys churn your own butter too?" And then he walked away laughing at us. And to this day, May still, every time we put on those dresses, she goes, "We made these."
They treat you pretty well here.
They do
Yeah.
this very
This is
well.
among my favorite venues.
Yeah, the open air bathhouse from the 20s is really magical, feels really special.
taught me to be gentle. You held me all these years. You filled my life.
It's really nice to sing to open air and kind of put those songs out as prayer. My favorite part about this particular tour was just going so many different places.
We had a lot of cool mini adventures. I really liked going and seeing the communities and the towns I didn't know existed, like seeing like what kind of people come out to the shows.
We went from basically coast to coast, just all the diversity of the people and the landscapes, and just traveling and doing it ourselves.
I think it might be fair to say it. This is our favorite California venue.
I honestly think it's my favorite venue.
Pretty great.
It's dreamy. Having a venue like this where people really just want to hear your original stuff that you have to say, because it's such a vulnerable thing to share with people.
My poor aching heart wonders where you are. And all the songs I sing, I hope
It's also really neat to go to these different venues and see the micro communities or the full-on communities that exist around keeping these places alive that produce live music. Some, all they can offer you is a stage in a shack, and the locals who are either really stoked to be there or didn't even know it was going to happen. Seeing the communities and seeing the way that they are so dedicated to one another and to keeping live performance real, that's really just a nice thing because it makes you feel not so alone.
I like the way that sharing music with people in a new place that have never met you or heard your songs, when you've heard your songs hundreds of times, and watching them react is really satisfying. You're playing for a whole new crowd of people who have never heard you. Connecting with people that you've never met in mass in a place where you've never been in an intimate way where you wouldn't really get to meet other than individuals in that way. Traveling, when you're doing music, you're connecting with a whole crowd of people at once.